Alright guys, now in this video I'm going to show you the best thumbnail secret to go viral on YouTube. Not a lot of people know about this. Actually, less than 1% of people know about this, and it's only the people that I know, like the YouTubers. So no one talks about this ever, and I'm going to be showing you guys that right now. So when you make a thumbnail on YouTube, for example, this one right over here, the current one that I have, you can see here me holding a credit card and then showing the text message to it, and then the amount, like I went negative $402. What YouTube does after 4 days, so for example, if you upload your video on Monday and then Friday, you can change the thumbnail and it can get a higher click rate. So I already talked about click rate. You might know already what it is. If you haven't watched that video yet on my course, then I suggest you to check that out. We're gonna go ahead and go to click-through rate right over here. Some days are missing, which kind of sucks right now because I really need that information. So I uploaded this video on November 27th. It's not showing the stats for it, but we can get a general idea right now. So I got a 9.5 click-through rate on the first 2 days, 9.5%, and then it slowly started going down and went down to as low as 5.9, 5.7, 5.1, and then it just fluctuated around 5%. It even dipped below 5% right there the first 15 days. Now when you make a thumbnail, let's go ahead and draw a thumbnail really quick here. Okay, I can draw. So this is the thumbnail. When you publish the video right here, publish, this is your current thumbnail, the first day. Now if you wait for 4 days, 4 24-hour cycles, and you change the thumbnail, you analyze your click-through rate, so you analyze the CTR. If it's below 10%, which is like an average that you would need in order to get a good amount of views on your video, if it drops to even, let's say, like 5% like mine did, that's not good, because then only 5% of people click on your video when it gets recommended by YouTube or suggested by YouTube. Now that is pretty low, but on the 4th day, what YouTube does is it publishes your video, gives it another chance, you can say. It's like a new video. YouTube recommends it as it would when you just uploaded the video, so you will, no matter what, get a boost in views. It could be a little, it could be a lot, depending on how you change the thumbnail, but do not change your title. Do not change your title at all. Please do not change it, because then YouTube gets confused and it doesn't know where to recommend the video because you published it as one video, and then if you change the title, it will completely mess everything up. So do not change the title. Make sure you always publish a video with a title that you're confident with. Only change the thumbnail and try to make it more either clickbait or more stuff to it to make people click on it. So for my video right here, you can see that the thumbnail is different from the one I uploaded it when I published the video. So I obviously changed the thumbnail a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be a little change, like adding an arrow or something, and YouTube will re-recommend it because it already knows the audience that watches it, and it gives it another boost in views. In a couple hours, maybe an hour, you will see a change in your views. It could go up a lot or a little bit. So the CTR can go maybe from like 10%, you can say, maybe up to like 15, maybe even more than that, maybe like 20, you can say. So I'll show you an example of why this works. December 21st, the first 24 days, I did not change the thumbnail. Now I'll show you guys another thing right here. So after 28 days, you can also change your thumbnail. What I did was I changed it on the 24th day. You can do it in between as long as it's over 4 days. And I got a huge boost in my click-through rate. You can see right here, it went from 9.3 to 13.5, 16.1, 18, and it went up to as high as 22% in the first 28 days. So you can see here, from the last 28 days, it had an average of 15% because it averaged out from all of these. And if we go to the view section right here on December 24th, when the video got 24% click-through rate, you can see how the views just spiked up from 2,000 views a day. So even a dead video could blow up. It's crazy how it works, but it really works. The algorithm re-recommends your video, and you can end up getting a lot more views on your dead video if you have a video that didn't go viral, didn't get enough views, what you were expecting and stuff. You can also do this every 4 days. If your click rate doesn't go up when you change it on the 4th day, you can repeat and keep repeating. And also guys, another quick thing is do not change title. I already said that, but also do not change description and your tags. Literally do not touch that at all. You have to have that ready when you publish the video, because the hard metadata that you have on these things right here, such as the title, description, and tags, really confuses YouTube and the algorithm. So do not change that. Only change the thumbnail. And you might be thinking, okay, if I can change the thumbnail, why can't I change the title, description, and tags? Well, because YouTube learns your video and it learns who clicks on it. It learns the viewers, it learns the viewership that the video has, and it knows who to recommend it to. But if you change that, YouTube has to restart and then it could confuse it and it could basically ruin the video. So do not change that. So here's another example of me changing the thumbnail. Now it really depends. If you change the thumbnail in a video and you expect it to get a lot of views and it doesn't, that means that your thumbnail concept or your video in general is just not good enough, and not a lot of people are interested in that and has a low interest from viewers around the world on YouTube. So here's a video where I guess you can say this is a low interest for people because buying and shipping expensive items to random houses. I feel like the title was a little odd. So that's maybe the reason, or I just didn't add my face, because facial expressions really help a lot with thumbnails. So as you can see on this video, I got a 4.4, 5.2, 5.7. This click-through rate is really low, and I had a different thumbnail than this, and I kind of expected it to have a really low click-through rate because I couldn't think of a good thumbnail to use. And by the way, I already covered this, but when you make a video, first think of a thumbnail that you would click on, that you think a lot of people would click on. Let's go ahead and show you when I changed the thumbnail. So you can see right over here, there's a huge spike in the click-through rate. So right over here, I honestly forgot when I changed it, but around here, I changed the thumbnail. I think I changed it twice in one day, which is kind of bad, so try not to change it too many times. One of these days I changed the thumbnail and it went from 5.7, 7.4 to a whole whopping 16.6% click-through rate, which helped the video and it boosted it a little bit. This time period when I was uploading videos, my videos weren't getting suggested as often, so it was like a weird period for like a week. So that could be another reason why, but it had a lower retention than average. So you can see that it went from, let's just say even 7% right over here to 16.6 by just changing the thumbnail. And that is insane. It really helps you a lot in the long run to get more views. And let's go ahead and look at the views. And you can see here from just like 900,000 views a day, it boosted it up to 13,000 views in one day. Even if it was a bad video concept or anything in general, you can see here that the views boosted from that 16.6 click-through rate. So click-through rate and changing your thumbnails, either at 4 days you can try, and if it doesn't do that much, change it on the 28th day. And you might even get a higher boost in your views. That is how you can get more views and end up getting a viral video from just changing your thumbnail. It's such a simple concept, but it really works. It helps you guys so much. And if it doesn't, then just relax, take a look at your thumbnail and just see what you're doing wrong. Is there too many things in the thumbnail? Is there something going on with the thumbnail that people don't click on? I'm gonna talk about that in my how to make a thumbnail video. So this is it for this one. Let's go ahead and hop into the next tutorial.